Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to reading for mid-October 2024. You start with this healing energy card. It says you're in the process of healing, eliminating any bad energy from your life. You have this evil eye card. It says protect yourself against the evil eye so it doesn't negatively impact your life. But let's see here, Virgo. You start with the Queen of Cups in your current general energies, and the Queen of Cups can represent following your heart, which we are definitely in a heart-based time. I think, really, you can't go wrong following your heart right now for forever. Really, for the next little bit of time here, for many years, I should say, that, I think we are entering into a heart-based time where we have to do what our heart is telling us, and, that's what I would do, plain and simple. The Queen of Cups also would represent trusting your intuition or following your intuition. It's also a very intuitive time just in general. And I think that, kind of like moving towards your intuition would be a very good idea with the Queen of Cups. I also kind of feel like you have your eye on something with the Queen of Cups. You have two queens here, and they're both looking, Queen of Pentacles is looking at the pentacle, Queen of Cups is looking at the cup. And so if you have your eye on something that you want to accomplish, then I do feel this is saying go for it. I'm definitely getting like a go for it vibe on that card. Your crossing energy is the Nine of Pentacles. The crossing energy in a Celtic cross can be what hurts you or helps you in the reading, and the Nine of Pentacles is a very good card. Number one, I do think we're entering into a time of focus as well, especially at the end of the year here. The energy is definitely encouraging focus. When you think about it, we have a bunch of retrogrades at the end of the year here. Jupiter's just retrograded on the 9th, just the other day. And also all the personal planets after the 11th, which you're probably watching this after October 11th, start going retrograde. Not all at once, but between now and the end of the year, Mercury, Venus, and Mars will all go retrograde. And so, again, I think that when we're in a heavy retrograde time, then we definitely want to focus more than we normally would. And so she has this falcon right here, and it says that she is training her focus. And so I think that and there you go. I have my notification silenced, and that still went off. So there you go. There's a little confirmation for you that you should definitely focus on focus. The Nine of Pentacles, I think something people don't know about this card is that it really represents your environment and making sure that you are creating a positive environment for yourself, making sure that you are creating a healthy environment. That means like the energy around you, but also like the people, the places, and the things that you allow into your life. Make sure that it is an environment of success. And if you do that, you will be successful. In the area of what's on your mind, you have the Judgment card. So change is what I would say here. The Judgment card is like your purpose or answering the call. But really, for you, I just feel intuitively that you want a change and need a change. They're in these coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. And these people in the coffin are stepping into, they need to step into their new life. And so I feel for a lot of you, you just need all sorts of changes. And again, with that Nine of Pentacles, this could absolutely start with your environment, right? You could be doing things to improve your environment, and that could be kind of like kickstarting the change that you're hoping for. And that's definitely a good thing to do here with the Judgment card. Also, with this coming up in the area of your thoughts, I would definitely say that listening to your higher self would be important as well. This is your higher self angel, and coming up in an area of your thoughts, it would say that you're kind of getting messages from your higher self. Next in your foundation, you have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is about being curious, and I think it's an awesome time to be curious about the things that you're curious about. If something, if you become interested in a new idea, a new topic, or, maybe you're thinking about moving and you become curious in living in a place that you've never lived before, the Page of Swords just says embrace it and do the research and learn about it, because you never know what you might discover. So I do feel like this is encouraging curiosity. The other thing that I feel this is encouraging for you here, Virgo, is like childlike energy, being more playful or being willing to ask a lot of questions. So, I always look at the Page of Swords as the child, and, of course, like asking a lot of questions is what children do. And so if you're curious about something, ask a lot of questions about it, because again, you never know what you might discover. In the area of your past, this is the energy of what you're moving past. You have this card, it says process your feelings. You also have this mystery card, there you go. It says dark side of the moon. So I think it would be a great time for you to like be curious about mysteries. Of course, with all the retrogrades, it's a great time to process your feelings. You have that Queen of Cups, which would say process your feelings. And you also have the Queen of Pentacles in the past position. The Queen of Pentacles is feeling positive. She is focused on this pentacle. She's not focused on this rabbit right here. On the Queen of Pentacles, the rabbit can represent like fears and anxiety, but she is focusing on what she has. She's not letting the fears kind of like get the best of her. So again, the past position can represent the energy you're moving past. This could say you're moving past fear and you're more focusing on like success, or you're more focusing on what you have instead of what you don't have, which is a good thing. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have this gecko card. It says longevity, agility, and cunning. You also have this cheetah. It says speediness, shrewdness, and loquacious. So again, one thing I will say is that I do believe the earth signs are very much focused on building things that last forever. So, I think longevity is kind of a key word for earth signs at this time. And, if you're working on, this could be anything. It could be like maybe you're working on having a long-term relationship, or maybe you're working on creating a long-term business. And I think a lot of you are kind of just doing it. And, again, that's definitely a good thing. I think that things could be happening faster for you right now because you've done a lot of work on yourself. Also, in the area of the very near future, you have the Strength card, and the Strength card, of course, is about strength and patience, but she is working on her inner strength. She has this lion right here, and this lion has its tail between its legs, so the lion is submitting to her, and I feel for a lot of you that, you've done a lot of work on yourself. Again, I'm not going to bore you with it. We've talked about this quite a bit in your past few readings, that, you've been through a period of time where you've probably been forced to look in the mirror, and I think you've done the work and you're just moving forward, right? Next, you have this regret card and this ego card. Yeah, I feel like you should let go of regrets. I do feel like there are maybe certain things that you do regret. I think we try not to have regrets, and I don't think we should have regrets, but, I think that it's kind of hard not to as a human. And, I think the ego card is just saying you're just doing a lot of processing of the things that you feel like you missed out on. And, over the next few months, you have the Justice card. The Justice card would say that you are trying to create more balance in your life, of course. Funny enough, I do feel like some of you literally could be getting justice. Like if you have dealt with something legal, or if you're involved in a legal matter, this would be balance coming into the legal matter, or it could just be justice that you are getting for being involved in a legal matter. But I also feel, the Justice card's true meaning is looking at something from a neutral perspective. Instead of looking at something as good or bad, or looking at something as a regret, you just look at what you learned from the situation, or you take a more neutral approach to how you process the situation. And I think that will probably help you the most. Again, not looking at something as good or bad, just looking at it as a lesson and moving forward will help. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Page of Wands. This is all relationships in your life, and the Page of Wands is a very playful energy, and we see that as well with the Page of Swords. So I think that, again, having a more childlike energy would be very beneficial for you at the end of the year, being more playful, having more fun, socializing. Page of Wands really is about being enthusiastic and following his enthusiasm. So surrounding yourself with people who make you feel more enthusiastic would be a good idea. I am also getting that if you want love, it could be just a great time to socialize and just kind of see what's out there, right? Like, don't overcommit to anyone. Don't make any big promises to people, and just kind of take that more lighthearted approach. I think it'll be very helpful for you. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Five of Pentacles. I kind of feel like I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I feel like you're feeling lonely, or, maybe there are moments over the next few months where you feel more alone. And again, I think that with the Page of Wands, this can say that just that you have to kind of get out there. You have to be more social, or, in those moments where you're feeling lonely, you need to realize that you're not alone. There are plenty of people who probably want to spend time with you. And the Five of Pentacles is really a card of calling attention to your weaknesses. And so fives have very easy solutions in the tarot. And the solution for the Five of Pentacles is to not call attention to your weaknesses. Five of Pentacles says, set yourself free by focusing on your strengths. You know, this right here is meant to, this stained glass window, this is a church that's behind these people, and it represents a place of sanctuary. So they could easily, you know, set themselves free by going inside that church, and they would be able to come out of the cold. So I feel that really that, you know, people do want to spend time with you, people do want to socialize with you, but maybe you need to do things to make sure that you are, making yourself available or putting yourself out there. Next, for your outcome, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, of course, is fulfillment and wish fulfillment. I really feel your focus is going to be very important. You know, he is matching the energy of what he wants, and that's why he's getting it. So the Nine of Cups, sure, it can represent a wish, but to get the wish, we have to be in the energy of what we want before we can have it. I always say, like, the easiest thing to do with the Nine of Cups is to adopt the habits of success. So if you want love, there are things that people who are successful in love, there are things that they do, they have certain habits, so act as if you are in a relationship and do what you would do if you were in a relationship. I always say to people, it's like, you're not going to invite someone over to like a messy house or a messy apartment. So if you're saying you want love and your house is a mess, which it probably isn't, you're a Virgo, but again, that's just one example, right? You're probably not going to invite someone over, so clean your house, right? Or there are a million other things that you probably do when you are in a relationship that you're not doing right now. So you have to match the energy. Same thing with money. People who have money have good money habits. So you have to adopt the habits of success to get what you want with this card, and I think that is going to be the easiest solution for you. But Nine of Cups is very good. Definitely feeling fulfilled and wish fulfillment. With the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles, card of longevity. You have this gecko card that said longevity on it. And so the King of Pentacles wants to have things that are permanent in his life. He wants to, he is a card of wealth, and he is a card of like building abundance as well. So I feel a lot of you kind of want to build abundance, or, this doesn't have to just be money. It could be whatever type of abundance that you want, or it could be all types of abundance, and I kind of feel that you are focused on doing that. I also do feel this could be love, because King of Pentacles can represent having a desire to have a connection with a person or something long-term. And so clearly, you are focused on long-term success or wealth. If you do want love, I do feel that there could either be an earth sign or a fire sign coming in for you. I'll tell you what, you've had a fire sign with me for like 2 years. And so it wouldn't surprise me if it was a fire sign. You also have the King and Queen of Pentacles, which I'm a big fan of these two as divine counterparts, because they represent two people who really want to build something long term. And so you really could be attracting a person who wants something long term, or maybe you're just more focused on attracting a person who wants something long term. With the Judgment card, you have the Eight of Swords. I've been feeling this for you for like at least a year as well. I don't think you're like totally stuck. I think that, Eight of Swords normally represents self-imposed restriction. I think there are things that you want to say that you're not saying, number one. Number two, I think you want more, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so I feel the Eight of Swords is that desire to get more out of what you're doing in life, and you're just like trying to create that is really what this is saying. I think your future, I was going to say your higher self, but I said your future self. So it could be your future self. It could also be your higher self that is saying that you deserve more, or that you could be like creating more through tapping in. So maybe you need to meditate, or maybe you need to, do things like, go for a walk, right? I am convinced that I get my best answers in life come from the shower and walking, right? So I think those are the two good places that you can get answers if you need them. With the Page of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles, which you have twice going this way here. So Five of Pentacles, again, says do not call attention to your weaknesses. Five of Pentacles wants you to focus on your strengths and focus on what you're good at. The Page of Swords is looking towards the past, and so maybe there are some things that made you feel weak or that hurt you from the past, and this could definitely be encouraging you to more focus on the future, of course. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands. What do you know? So, like I said here, definitely could be a fire sign or an earth sign, or a combination of those two energies. It could be a fire sign with earth sign with fire that's coming in for you in love. The King of Wands is like a visionary, and he has very futuristic ideas. He also is very nurturing. I look at him as a true father in the tarot because he really nurtures things into existence. The things that he wants to create, he treats those things like a baby. So even outside of love, like if you're working on a project, if you really nurture it and give it life, then it will have life. It will grow. If you don't, then it won't. So, the King of Wands really says you have to like really nurture what you're working on. With the Strength card, you have the Star. So the Star is about following your North Star, following your inner guidance system, and kind of like listening to your inner voice. And so going this way, so as I was saying, I think this is you following your purpose, following your North Star or your inner guidance system. That star is about having, one big focus. I would also say with the Nine of Cups showing up here, this would also be more about focus as well with the Nine of Pentacles, because, with the star, we really have to kind of match the energy of what we want. With the Justice card, you have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is pretty good because the Six of Cups can represent a turnaround or obstacles being removed from your path. It's not really what the card traditionally means, but the Six of Cups, to me, sometimes can be a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the card is obstacles being removed from our life. So if you've experienced some sort of obstacle, the Six of Cups comes up and we can overcome that obstacle. It's also, a lot of people think of it as the past, but really it just represents thinking about the past. And like we already said, I think you need to stop thinking about the past with this right here because, it's clear to me that there's something on your mind. And I think I've said this to you before as well, that there could be something on your mind that happened to you in the past, and it's almost like whatever it is getting in the way of the future. With the Page of Wands, you have the Four Swords. Four Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. Again, with all the retrogrades, I would definitely say that, there are probably going to be times when you want to socialize, and there are going to be other times when you don't want to socialize. So I feel the Four Swords is saying, make sure, and especially with the Justice card as well, make sure to pay, to respond to your body, right? If you don't feel like doing things, don't. But also if you're feeling lonely or left out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles, make sure you do. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Moon. I think this is a lot of people's problem right now, is that we can't see the future. We have Neptune and Pisces, and you might be thinking to yourself, like, Pisces very intuitive. Pisces can see the future, but Neptune, like, I think something people don't understand about Neptune is like the deepest ocean that you can possibly imagine, and I think that also that Neptune is a little bit more confusing energy. It's not so much very clear. It's like being in the middle of the ocean with like 100 hurricanes over your head. It's like very choppy and confusing. And so I feel a lot of people are feeling the end of Neptune and Pisces because Neptune moves into Aries at the beginning of 2026. And since we're at the end, and since Neptune moves so slowly, that, we're kind of in this time where we have to trust ourselves. Like just, Chris's crappy astrology here. I really think that the end of Neptune and Pisces is trying to get people to tap into their heart. Like I said with the Queen of Cups, it's trying to get people to trust themselves and to not need external influences to tell them, like, yes, you're doing the right thing, or no, you're not, right? It's like, I think when we want to do something, sometimes we look for, verification or validation from other people. And I think that this Neptune and Pisces energy is saying, like, no, you have to accomplish your goals without needing other people to tell you that it's the right goal or the wrong goal or the right person or the wrong person or whatever. What is your heart saying? And I really feel people need to pay attention to that. You can't make this up. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. Very good. Definitely your emotions overflowing, being very happy. But the Ace of Cups, can be an offer of love. So like we already said, if you want love, there's definitely love here. But this can also say that you need to follow your heart. The Ace of Cups is a big cup. It is your heart. You have this tulip. It says great passion. Maybe that's what this reading is saying, is that you need to indulge your passions. You need to, kind of like follow the passions that you have and create a life filled with passion. And, I think that's what this is encouraging you to do. You have this man card that says dealings or relationships with a man. You also have this eagle. It says triumph over an obstacle. I kind of feel like this is you, even if you're not a man. Sometimes I think these people cards in this deck are just talking about the person that I'm reading for. So you showing up here. And you have the Six of Cups. Like I said, that Six of Cups, I was really getting, turnaround energy or overcoming an obstacle energy. So I just feel this is saying you're overcoming an obstacle. You have this Scissors card. It says disappointment in some affair. I think that I don't really feel this is a disappointment. I think what a lot of people are feeling right now is the way things used to be. Like, I used to be able to do this. I used to be able to do that. And I think that's what people are needing to cut out, is the feeling that things need to be a certain way, because there's like new ways of doing things that should be more exciting. You have this bow. It says you are highly thought of. Yeah, if you're thinking about making a change, shining your inner light with that star card, and you're afraid of like how people are going to receive the change, I think things are going to go very well for you. You have this cat. Says a two-faced friend. Again, pretty much every single person at the end of the year here has had similar energy to this. We have Mars going retrograde, and again, if someone feels off, they probably are. So I would just, trust your intuition when it comes to people. But this looks pretty good here, Virgo. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.